purpose of today's webinar is to, first of all, I will make a short recap. We've been through 4 webinars so far. For those that haven't joined, just to let you know. We talked about the key concepts and the key characteristics and the concept of energy communities, how to set up, monitor, and evaluate an energy community, a youth energy community, to be more specific. Energy community modules. The third webinar was about energy community modules, and the role of youth, including some stepping stones on how to develop your own youth energy community. So today we are focusing more on how we can initiate our youth energy community using the Power Youth Toolkit. Before we dive into the details, I will say a few words for those who haven't joined the previous webinars on the project, on the Power Youth project. So I will share my screen. Okay. So a few words on the Power Youth project. So the Power Youth project aims to empower the young people to play active role in the energy transition. The way we do it is by following participatory processes and approach, by establishing a dialogue between the youth and the local stakeholders. That in order for them to, first of all, for the young people to be empowered and be more actively engaged, but also to have the appropriate frame for them to actively engage in energy communities or create energy communities. How we do it? We have a certain Power Youth methodology and some specific tools and a capacity building program. So today we will speak more about the tools, and I will not say more this time about the participate, the decision, and the finance tool. This is our toolkit, and you will hear more details from our 3 special guests today. And we have the capacity building program, part of which is this webinar series that will also be repeated on a second round in a few months from now, and 2 capacity building on-site trainings for the pilot countries, Latvia, Poland, Austria, Portugal, and Greece. We are aiming at the reason why we have this capacity building program is because we really want multipliers. We really want ambassadors of the youth, of the Power Youth methodology, because we really want to replicate the approach across the European Union. So I think now is the time to present you the 3 special guests we have today. We have Mrs. Vaso Kodou. She's a project manager of our coordinating organization in Power Youth, Singular Logic. She will tell you more about the Participate tool. Welcome, Vaso. We have
Όταν
Mr.
ήσουν δίπλα μου,
Christiana.
ναι,
Could you
αλλά
please
όχι.
mute? Thank you. We also have Mr. Iasonas Christofis Dimitriou, a colleague from the National Technical University of Athens. He's a researcher, and he's also a Geographic Information Systems specialist, GIS specialist, and he will guide you through the decision tool with more technicalities and details. And last but not least, we have Irene Stögerer, if I pronounce it well. She comes from our Power Cooperative. She was also one of our guest speakers in the energy community modules in the 3rd webinar. She works as a senior, as a project manager, and she will tell you more about the finance tool that they developed under the Power Youth project. So with that, I would like to hand over to Vaso to tell you a few things about the Power Youth Toolkit, but also guide you through the Participate tool for more details. Vaso.
Thank you, Dimitris. Hello, everyone.
Thank you very much for joining this fifth and last webinar. So, as Dimitri said, the Power Youth Toolkit is in part is designed to empower young people in order to take an active role in the energy transition. That was the need. So, based on this context, let's say we developed this Power Youth Toolkit. That comprises of three easy-to-use interactive tools in order to facilitate and support this process towards youth-led energy initiatives. So as we said, this toolkit consists of through three tools: the participate tool that we will explore together, the decision tool that aims to help young people in the decision-making process, and the finance tool, which is a more business-oriented tool, which dives more into the financial benefits of young people being part of these energy communities. So let me share my screen in order to dive more into the participate tool. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so let's start with the first, let's say, section of the Power Youth, the participate tool. First of all, we have the debate section. In this section, actually, users can propose a debate, let's say, an energy-related topic that are of high interest, let's say, and they want to interact with others, get their opinion, etc. So as you can see here, anyone can create a proposal, a debate, sorry. They can provide a short title and a short description, and also provide some tags in order to facilitate the filtering of these debate topics. And they press start a debate. So after this process, we will have all these debates listed here that can be filtered as most active, highest rated, newest, etc. So let's pick this debate topic, let's say. As you can see here, users can provide their support and vote in favor of or against this topic, leave their comment, and interact with their peers or with some municipal representatives. So this whole process provides like an interactive space for users to interact with each other related to energy related topics. So proposal section. Here users can actually propose their energy communities projects, let's say. For example, they can press this button, create a proposal. Here they set the title. They can have a short summary of this proposal. This is the space that can provide a more descriptive approach of this proposal, providing more information related to their project. And actually here they can provide also some images, some documents, and filter it accordingly to some of the pilots that we have in this project. And a really important thing that I want to mention is that these documents can be as an output from the other tools. For example, if I want to create PV installation in a school, let's say, this will be my proposal. Here I can add a dev a PDF file that is the output of the decision tool. For example, a map that shows the building of interest and what is the PV potential of this school, in order to, provide a holistic approach in this in the context of this proposal. Of course, here people can support this action. And an important point that we want to mention here is that they can follow this proposal. For example, one user that finds this proposal relevant and also wants to also engage and elaborate on some aspect of this proposal, they can follow this proposal and they will get notifications if they receive some recent comments, etc. And also access the community. So the aim of this community is to have a more focused group, let's say, of this proposal and have an interaction to maximize the impact and see how to refine it and make it better in this context. And then we have the participatory budgeting section. Actually, you see that empty because this participatory budgeting process starts from municipality representatives, let's say. So these bodies allocate a certain amount of their budget in participatory budgeting processes in a way that they ask young people, for example, to propose some energy-related projects. And, this whole process starts from them. So this participatory budgeting process is the same as the proposals, but at this point is empty because it starts from the municipal representatives. And one last thing is that here you can find all the links related to the other tools for each pilot context. So it's a space that you can find all the links for the other POWERYOUth tools. Also, there is an About Us section. You can find some information related to the project and some frequently asked questions with the email here in order for you to send us an email if you want to open you an account. Okay, so that is all regarding the Participate tool.
Thank you, Vaso. I just shared the link of the tool in the chat for everyone. I would recommend to keep it aside for now, and you can have a look later because we would like to continue with a second speaker, Iasonas, that will tell you more about the decision tool in a pilot context, but also in a more general context that you could use. So, Iasona, you can share your screen and share more details.
Okay. Right. So, in the context of the POWERYOUth project, the second technical tool, let's say, was the decision support tool. In this context, we decided to make some interactive maps using GIS tools, which would showcase in the pilot areas the PV potential of the available rooftops of the various buildings. So for each pilot, we had a similar approach where we performed a suitability analysis and a simulation for highlighting the PV potential of each rooftop. Each pilot had a little bit different approach due to data limitations and data availability, but still the context was more or less the same. In this case, it's the Austrian pilot, the Hageberg pilot, and each pilot has a dedicated story map, which is from the Esri from the available Esri applications. There is a small introduction about the concept of energy community and how you can use the map by following a tutorial video, which has my beautiful voice. And finally, you can have access to a dedicated interactive map for each pilot. The welcoming window helps you to, if you want, you can use the hyperlink in order to have a concept of how PV panels works and how they contribute to the energy transition. After entering the map, you can use your mouse button to see around. You can change the base map from topographic to satellite imagery. You can zoom in, and the default language of the map is in English. But if you wish, you can change it on the dedicated language of each pilot. In this case, it's German. So you can change it from English to German. And as you can see, the tools, they have changed the description and vice versa, of course. You can explore the legend. Sorry, here. The legend showcases the different colors and what they mean in terms of megawatt hours of potential electricity production per year. You can use the interactive button in order to highlight only the rooftops which correspond to a specific color. In this case, it's the orange one. And if you zoom in further, you can see the suitability raster, which is basically an image where each pixel corresponds to a value of usable solar radiation in terms of kilowatt hours per square meter per year. That's highly technical, but if you explore the map a little bit, you can get accustomed to the values and how they work. You can also perform some measures by a measure, let's say, of an area of a rooftop. Okay, here it isn't fit. You can change it in square meters. Okay, and you can do some sketches too. So you can use a point, a line, polygon, change the color. So you can make your own interactive maps as you see fit, add some text, and of course, by clicking on a rooftop, you can have some usable information about the potential of this rooftop if it had a PV installation of, let's say, 38 kilowatts, kilowatt peak and PV potential per year. If there is also available information about the building type, the rooftop, the suitable rooftop, solar radiation, etc., you can also explore them. Now, in order to finalize your map, let's say you use the sketch, you pinpoint some locations, some areas of interest, some rooftops that you want to add in your energy community. You can click the Save button, take a screenshot, and export it on a PDF, JPEG, or PNG profile. Let's say if you export it, the PDF. Set the map area, sorry. Here you are. Okay. you can, yeah. Sorry, give me a sec. Seems it's a bit stuck. Yeah, try to open it better on the extended version here. If you click this button, it will open it here outside the story map. In any case, you can save the map that you want by exporting it like this one as a JPEG or PDF format, which you can later use it in a report, present it to your friends, your colleagues, and extract information about rooftop PV potential, which could be used on the next tool, which is the financial aid tool. So that was a short description of how the interactive map works. And I don't know if we will have time for questions now or later, but I will be happy to answer your questions when you express them. So that's all from my side.
Thank you, Yasuna. I would suggest for all participants to either send their questions here in the chat or mark them down so we can have like 5 to 10 minutes after the third tool. So, yes, I will hand over now to Irene to tell us more about the finance tool, and then we can go to any questions or comments you might have. Irene?
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm now going to introduce you to the finance tool. I will share my screen. I hope you can see it already.
Yes.
Yes, thank you. Okay. I'm from Our Power, and together with my colleague Paula, we developed the finance tool for POWERYOUth. With it, as already Dimitris said in the introduction, we answer questions regarding financing and the business model. And we developed a tool to support young people to get, first of all, an overview of the possibilities they have, and then innovate a business model and create an idea on the basis of the available options. And then to become more concrete, to actually see what the energy data and the financial aspects related to the energy community provide as options and possibilities for the energy community. So we aim to inspire and empower young people to get active and to kind of conquer the challenges that arise with founding an energy community. The tools we developed, we designed to match the pilot's needs. We have 5 pilot countries in POWERYOUth. So that means, as a result, there is no universal English tool. That is why I will present screenshots, actually. And that is also my tip for you. If you want to check it out and it is not available in your language, you can simply use the settings of your browser and use it for translation. We believe it works quite well. It's not perfect, but it works well. And for any other questions, we are happy to answer them for you. So, what is our approach? Actually, we divided the tool in 3 steps because we think it makes it a lot easier. The first step is to find the right energy community or the energy community model. For example, in Austria, we have 4 different kind of models that also depend on the geographics where the participants are located. And that is why we designed a quick quiz with few questions to find out what options are available for your specific setting. And in the second step, we look at the development of the idea and the business model, and we provide a template based on the business model canvas to guide the people interested in energy communities through the basic steps and questions they need to answer. And in the third step, it becomes more concrete. with actual data, we designed a simulation tool where you can calculate the energy data and the financial data and kind of build your energy community from scratch and see before you start the effects of the decisions you make. So let's jump right in. The first part, the quiz, it looks like this. It is simply a quiz with a few questions to answer that will lead to the results to showcase the options that are available. For example, this could be an option in the Austrian pilot, energy sharing within energy generation plant that is basically limited to a multi-story house, for example. And here on the recommendation page, we also have a few bullet points on how to participate, what is different in this model, and where is it suited. The second step, the business model canvas, maybe many of you already know it. It is basically a model to structure your idea or business model. And it has different kind of categories with different questions you can answer. You can see it here. We also provide an example for an energy community to basically get to know the model and then provide guiding questions you can answer for your own specific model. For example, the core questions, who are your customers or your target groups? It is also always important to answer those questions. Which people do you want to address? Do you already know them? And how can you find them? And then, for example, the second question is the value proposition. What is the purpose you intend to fulfill? And what are the specific tasks to meet this purpose? So those are very basic questions to structure your idea that lead young people in the process of founding an energy community to an actual plan and a business model that is feasible. And then the third step, the simulation tool. For this one, you already need a kind of idea what people participate and kind of the data of your participants. The idea is we allow you to play around with different kind of participants, with their consumption and production structure, and provide to you some results on how much energy can be shared and what does it mean for your financial aspects. So here you can see we have provided different profiles. You can add them as participants of the energy community and provide data on their production consumption. And then you can also set the prices. Pricing is always an important question for an energy community because in the end, you need to make it work. So in the simulation, you can set the price, but we acknowledge that maybe in the first try, you do not already know what prices you put in. So we provided default values on a scale of low, medium, and high. And that way, it makes it easy to play around and see the effects of the different prices you set. And then if you put in the data, you already can generate your results. We provide findings based for the energy community. So overall, to see how much energy can be shared in the energy community with the given production and the given consumption. And we provide different kind of graphs. You can check them out later. And you can also see the results per participant and download it as a PDF. And then, of course, the financial data. Given the prices you set and the energy that is shared in your energy community and the kind of pricing system you decided on, your income and expenses are generated and put in this small kind of table. And with that, you can get a feeling if you still need to work on your pricing system or it works already fine. And then the next step is if you manage to have enough income, what do you want to do with it? And we suppose that with the aggregated savings, you can put it in different kind of energy efficiency measures. And we give you details on what measures you can implement and how they benefit you. And then at the end, we also give you a few recommendations, what kind of options you have to increase your energy communities or to adjust your pricing. And then on the right side, you also see the summary for the participants. So it's quite extensive. It is the last step of the finance tool, but it really gives you an overview of what financial and energy data aspects you need to cover in order to make your energy community economically feasible. That is the main simulation tool, but as we talked to our project partners, we also found that it could be too overwhelming. And that is why we also have a second, more reduced tool where the participants simply put in their consumption and only get a result for their economic benefit. So it's simply a calculator if it makes sense to participate in an energy community that already exists, whereas the general or the main simulation tool is more focused on building your own from scratch. That was a quick overview. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them, and I will also provide the link to the tools. Feel free to check it out and play around.
Thank you, Irene. If you can post the link also in the chat, it would be very helpful.
I will.
So now is the time for participants to raise any questions. We know that this specific webinar was a bit overwhelming, could be a bit overwhelming. There are 3 different tools. Each tool has its own unique features and conceptual difficulties, let's say, in a very fast presentation. But if you have any thoughts, any comments, any questions, we do have a few minutes, so we can take them. If not, you can raise, of course, you can raise your hand or post your question here on the chat, in the chat. Meanwhile, I will say that, okay, thank you, Irene, for the link. I would say I would try to make a connection of the 3 tools, or just repeat that, as we mentioned in the previous webinars. The Participate tool, let's say, is a platform where you can really work on a more conceptual level with your ideas and your projects. There is some space for creating your profile, creating the conceptual, the concept with details, some space for dialogue with other stakeholders. You can invite stakeholders like municipalities or anyone who might be interested to discuss. And of course, we need to try to make a connection with the decision tool and the finance tool, because these tools can provide you with information more specific in order for you to enrich your concepts, to enrich your initiatives. We understand that both these tools, decision tool and finance tools, are more pilot oriented. But of course, there is a basis where you can get some information, and of course, you could always send an email to us to express your interest, and we will guide you. The experts will guide you, or where you can find alternatives and how. So please don't hesitate to go through the tools. The way we presented them to you based on the pilots is because you can go through, check them out, see how they work. And of course, if you really want to use them or any other or for any other local area, please let us know. And with that, I see there are no specific questions, and it makes sense. You need time to go through the tools and let us know if you have any comment or questions on a second level. I will go to the next steps, as we always say in all webinars, and I will share my screen. So today is the last webinar, and with that, we really like to kindly ask you to take some time, bring your friends and other people who are interested in creating an energy community, a youth energy community. Don't hesitate to put things on paper and sit down and write a concept. And of course, uh, spread it out as much as possible to your network. Bring more people in the concept to make it even, to shape it even better. And request from us access to the participate tool. There is an email in the chat. Please write it down, where you can request access from Vaso about the participate tool. Of course, there are, as you can see in the chat, the links of the decision tool and the link for the finance tool, where you can also check the tools there. So take your friends, sit down, write your concepts, anything that could be a beginning and start. Request access to the platform, see how it works. And if you need any assistance, if you need any follow-up, any support, please do not hesitate to send an email to us, and we will be very glad to support you on your next steps. Another reminder is that the PowerYouth project has social media active, and we would really love you and anyone who's interested to follow our next steps for the next steps with this endeavor. We will have another webinar as well in the around June. We will let you know, so keep yourself stay tuned. And check the training material in the training section of our PowerYouth website. You can see the link on the right side of the screen. There you can find the PowerPoint slides of all the webinars and a manual, let's say, a guidebook where you can go into more details, dive into more details regarding each section we shared with you in this webinar. Okay, I think one last thing I would like to say is that for those who have been following all the webinar series, all 5 sessions, they will receive a Youth Energy Ambassador certificate, which is something special for us because only the people who really follow the whole training session are receiving. And we are trying to create let's say, a pool of young people who are fully trained and have the capacity to move forward and be the ambassadors of youth energy communities in the pilot countries, but also across the EU. Yes, I don't know if there are any comments or any thoughts, final thoughts. This is the time to do it. Otherwise, I would really, on behalf of all the partners of the PowerYouth project, we would really like to thank you for your participation and really wish you will follow us and be active in order to support the European Union's energy transition and make youth even more engaged and active and empowered in this process. Thank you very much.
I think There is a question in the comments asking about email addresses.
Yes, okay. So I was speaking
Can I
and I
write it
couldn't.
in the chat?
Let me check. Okay, before we close then. You can find the email address in the website, of course. Thank you, Valeria, for your nice words. I don't know if there's any other comment. There is also an email, Yorgos, there is an email in order for you to get access in the participate tool. If you go in the chat, it's rnd@singularlogic.eu. And also if you need an email address, you will find it in our website. You're right though, maybe I can go through quickly to the website. And yes, thank you. Thank you, Vasu. Okay. So you can find the website in the chat as well. And you can contact us. Okay, I don't know if you have any other thank you. Okay. I don't know if you have any other thoughts or questions before we close. Okay. Thank you very much again, and hope to see you to our next capacity building. Have a great afternoon, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.